me when it comes to doing hair. This is my favorite way to do a sleek, quick, easy bun that is actually somewhat healthy for your hair. This tutorial is also heavily inspired by Sofia Richie. If you guys haven't seen Sofia Richie's video, I will link it below. I'm gonna use this Tangle Teaser spray bottle that I got at Ulta and just lightly spritz the top of my hair. You can also do this with like towel dried hair, but I heard it's actually healthier for your hair if you're doing this with more dry hair than damp. You can also just stick your head under the sink if you don't have a spray bottle. I'm just gonna start to brush my hair out with one of my hair brushes. This is also gonna help distribute that water throughout the ends. For me, the most important part of this entire technique is making sure that the roots and top of my hair are the most damp. I'm gonna use this little brush from Kristen S, and I'm gonna use this side to just section my hair down the center. This part definitely doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm gonna try to be as precise as I can. Isn't that so satisfying when you get it on the first try? Now we're gonna take the same comb and I'm going to start to section my hair from the top of my head, and I'm going to drag this tail end of the comb to basically behind the top of my ear, and then we're just going to section that off. And if I pull this to the side, you can see that section. I'm gonna pull this section of hair forward. I'm just gonna use a claw clip for now to hold it. And then following that same part, you're gonna do the same to the other side, and then bring that section to the front as well. You can see here, it definitely doesn't have to be perfect, but I do try to make it as even as I can. I'm just gonna use and then I'm just gonna go in with that claw clip again to hold those sections, get them out of the way for now. Now we're gonna go back in with that water and just continue to dampen the top of the head by the roots. And definitely don't forget to spray underneath your hair too. This is where I'm gonna take off the rings. I'm gonna use the Shea Moisture Strengthen and Restore Leave-In Conditioner, and then the Reconstructive Moisture Mask from Kristen S. And in comparison to other products I've tried, these seem to be on the more affordable end. That's why I picked them up, because I use a lot of this and I go through it fast. I don't really have a method of which one I use first, so let's just go in with the leave-in conditioner. I am not a hair expert, I'm not a hairstylist, but when I picked out these products, I wanted to make sure that it was safe to leave them in for long periods of time, because there are some hair masks out there that you're supposed to rinse out after like 10 minutes, but it looks like this one from Kristen S and this leave-in conditioner you can leave in for a while. You can go right in and scoop this out with your fingers, or if you're like me, you could use something like the end of a makeup brush or your comb to try to scoop some out. If my hair was a little bit more damp, I probably wouldn't use as much product, but since it's on the drier end, I do like to be generous about how much product I use. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this leave-in conditioner and I'm just gonna start combing this through the roots of the hair. If I wanted this sleek bun to be as like full glam and sleek as possible, I would use more water in my hair, I would use more product in my hair, and I would probably bring the mask and the conditioner all the way down through the ends, really saturating the hair. But since this is just my everyday go-to, I don't mind if there's like a little bit of a frizz, little baby hair sticking out. So if you want this to be as sleek as possible, use more water, use more product. Now we're gonna go into the hair mask. I'm gonna start with a generous amount, and same thing here, just going to try to comb this through and brush it over the roots of the hair. And definitely don't forget about the underneath part of your hair. For me, that's where I get the most flyaways, the most little baby pieces that just kind of pop out. And once I feel like I've used enough product, I'm just gonna go back in with my brush and comb that product through the hair. So now we're gonna pick where we want the bun to sit, and we're just gonna start brushing all of that hair back into a ponytail. I do try the best I can to get this part as sleek as possible, but this part here, that is what's going to make the hair look super slick. I try to brush this back with no bumps and make it as neat as possible, but this section right here is actually what's gonna give us that super sleek finish. So do the best that you can here to make it nice and smooth, but no worries if it's not perfect. This is also a good time too to add a little bit more water or mask or conditioner to that underside and backside of your hair. That is good enough for me. It's not perfect, but it's looking good. So we're just gonna secure that into a ponytail. I'm just gonna brush through that ponytail again, making sure that there are no knots, no bumps, and that it's nice and smooth, ready to wrap later on. This is my favorite part, and it's also the most satisfying part. We're gonna take down that front section of hair. I know we're looking crazy right now, but again, just trust the process. I almost forgot about this brush. I love this brush. I got this at Ulta recently. It's from Diane. This is usually the brush I go for when I'm doing this kind of hairstyle because it is double-sided. We're just gonna brush this front section out, and then I'm going to brush it down over my face and start spraying that water along the top of the head. Now we're just going to repeat what we did on the rest of the hair on this front section. I'm taking a bit of that mask from Kristen S and just working it through the hair. Keep using that brush to help distribute that product. I don't want this front section to be soaking wet with product and water, but I do want it to be quite damp. And now we're gonna do the best we can to section the hair down the center. And this is gonna give us that nice, sleek middle part. Now, if you don't want a part, you can also just brush everything back. It's personal preference, but I do like a nice little sleek part. I'm quite happy with how that part is turning out. So now what we're gonna do is start to brush back one of these sections, and we're just gonna start to kind of slick this back. And then you can really play with the shape and how the hair kind of goes back into the ponytail and bun. You can kind of swoop it down with a brush, you can push it back so it's all like lifted, and you can also just go in with a little bit more product too to help push the hair down. So we've been using this side of the brush. Now we're gonna use this bristle side of the brush. This kind of brush is the most important part of this entire routine, in my opinion. This is going to help get that nice, sleek finish. I usually prefer to do this hairstyle before doing my makeup routine too, just in case I wipe any of the makeup off by my hairline. And you could see that I'm not bringing the hair past this middle part here because that's where this side's gonna go. And then they're just gonna kind of meet in the middle and we're gonna blend them. Don't forget to smooth the hair out down here too, below the top of the ear. And once that is nice and sleek, you can go back in with a hair tie. And then we're just going to secure it and tie that back around that ponytail. So as you can see, we're doing everything in steps here. It seems like a lot, but I promise it's really quick and easy, especially once you practice and get the hang of it. And then we're just gonna repeat that entire thing on the other side. So same thing here, just brushing that hair back. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that leave-in conditioner and just slick that through the hair. And we're gonna flip to that bristle side of the brush and really start pressing everything down and pulling it back. You can see I'm just gonna go over the part where the two sides meet and just blend those together, and it looks super seamless. Once it's where you want it, just gather it into that ponytail again and grab another elastic. This should be elastic number 3, and we're just going to secure it around that ponytail. This part is optional, but I do like to go in with a little bit of hair oil. This one is from Olaplex. It's one of my favorites. It smells so good. And then we're just gonna apply that hair oil on top. We're gonna very gently go back in and use that bristle brush to make sure there are no flyaways and to smooth this out as much as we can. For the ponytail, I do like the ponytail to be quite damp as well. So just go in with a little bit of water or use those other products to get the ponytail nice and damp. This part is optional. You could also just keep your ponytail dry, but I like to really work that product in. And two things that you could do here, you could just leave the hair as it is and wrap it. That's what we're gonna do. Or you can also braid the ponytail, wrap it around to get that nice little braided bun look. So right now I'm just gonna start to twist that ponytail. I'm just gonna start wrapping that ponytail into a bun. I'm gonna make it nice and tight, and then I'm going to tuck the end in. You can also go in with some bobby pins if you need to, if you wanna tuck any flyaways. You could also just pin it for extra security, but I'm gonna go in with hair tie number 4 and just secure it all back like that. And then that little perfectionist in me is just going back in with that bristle brush one last time. You can also go in with a little bit of hairspray or a pomade for extra security, but I really don't feel like I need to as long as I use enough product, which I think we definitely did. This is one of my go-to hairstyles. It's been for years. I just recently started doing this specific technique over the past couple months, and it's quickly become one of my favorites. I really do feel like it's better for my hair than using like a pomade or a mousse, and I haven't really ever been able to get my hair as slick or as sleek as I can with this hairstyle. I just feel like it's really easy and classy. It goes with every outfit. It looks great with a dress, with a blazer and pants, with jeans and a t-shirt, with sweats and a hoodie. It just goes with everything, and I think this hairstyle looks good on everyone. I am someone who likes to wash their hair every single day, though I know it's not good for me. It's a habit, and I have been trying to get out of it. On hair wash days, this has been my go-to, and though I do love having long hair, I hate having hair in my face most of the time, so this has definitely become a staple and classic hairstyle for me. 2 things you might know me for. I own way too many pantsuits and blazers, and my hair will always be in a sleek bun. Let me know if you guys try this and how you like it. I hope it was helpful. I'll link everything that I used in the description below. Please let me know if you guys try this, if you have any tips and tricks of your own to share, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Love you.